Today I will be demonstrating the dialog manager for our flight booking chatbot. The chatbot uses Java to handle user queries about flight bookings and related tasks. So this is the chatbot.java class. We have the domain and intent classifiers for the domain and flight booking intent. We also have the slot filler and the dialog manager all listed in the class. We have the get response methods that are from the original assignment, as also as the slot table to string hash table for returning the slotted values from the user inputs. So I'm now going to run the chatbot, and once I click the run button, this is the chatbot window that comes up. So now that the chatbot GUI has launched, we will show some queries to demonstrate how it works. So if we type in hello, the chatbot will respond back with a message that says, "Welcome to our flight booking service. How can I assist you today?" And this chatbot identifies this as the greeting, and it transitions the chatbot to the greeting state. And this is done through the dialog state table. With all of these switch dialogues. So if I go back to the chatbot and type in, "I want to book a flight from New York to London," the chatbot will understand that the message is asking for the ask flight preference state, and identifies the intent as the book flight intent. And it will ask for a flight number. So the chatbot recognizes that a flight number with 2 letters and 3 numbers is given. And if I type in any airline, for example, United Airlines is UA, and 3 digits, it will identify that as a flight number and ask the ask seat preference state to collect the seating preference. So if I say extra legroom, the chatbot will then move to the confirm booking state and provide booking details. Now, to demonstrate that this does work with other flights as well, if we reset the chatbot and ask about a flight from New York to State College, you can type in any 2 letters. For example, another airline would be American Airlines. 123 will be the random flight number, and it will understand that that is also a flight number and ask for the same seat preferences, the window, aisle, or extra legroom. In there, I can type in window, and the flight booking details will be given. So as you can see, the chatbot successfully identifies the intents and extracts the information from the user input and transitions between each state listed here in the console to complete any booking processes. So let's look at the dialog manager class. The key method here is each list of the strings. We have the dialog state history, the domain history, the intent history, and then the hash table for the slot history. These are the building blocks for the dialog manager. We have the dialog manager class that uses an array list and a hash table to identify each intent and which intent the user input gets assigned to. We also have the switch statement, which handles the information that is given. The calculate next state method right here asks what terms are given in the user input and returns the provided flight options, the confirm booking, the check flight status, the provided flight options, and the confirm seat selection, and the other responses. We do have it set up on the chatbot to where if any message is given that is out of the domain or out of the intent, the chatbot will close. and we have that dialog state name as chit chat. So now if I go to the dialog manager, we have the get list for the no null intent method. This checks the intent history size and returns that other message. So for the reflection questions asked in the assignment, the most satisfying part of the assignment was being able to integrate flight booking into the Chatbot GUI, as I do have an interest in aviation. So this was interesting as it stayed on topic with my interests with what I wanted to develop for the project. The most challenging part was being able to design all the options for all the different flights, and also understanding how to enable the dialog state table for different options for flight booking. Some unfinished plans for the project was to try and implement an API to allow for more direct responses and potentially use AI or other models to be able to generate user responses from the prompts. The most important thing I learned from the project was identifying how to organize your code and making sure that everything is labeled. For example, I was getting errors in the domain classifier when trying to implement the slot filler and the dialog state and dialog manager originally. And the only way I was able to fix that is by looking at each code and being able to section that off and making it more organized. One thing that can be improved for the class, it would be great to have a little bit more options for the design. It was a little bit more difficult to understand how to set up the GUI and customize it more. And I would say machine learning also would be interesting to implement into the course maybe. But other than that, I guess also implementing APIs would be interesting in the course. But other than that, the course itself was developed good. And I think that should be it for the reflection questions and methods.